So take that off first of all. It's called a bat wing air cleaner. That's it. And that goes on to both of them. That's one. Off here. Just twist it off, it's a bit stuck. That's it, one vacuum taken off. That's it, I've just taken this spring off there. Okay. There's one more linkage which goes onto the secondary carburetor at the back, and there's just a little circlip there which just needs to be pulled out, which will then disconnect this, and then all that's left is to remove the fuel lines. Right, I've got an old jar. I'm going to put all the bits that came out into the jar like that. Okay, that way you don't lose anything. What I'm going to try, see if I can pull it off with this. I can get my hand in there. I'll have to edit it afterwards. Make it look a bit more professional. Right, and that's the clip has come off. What I'll do, I'll try and replace that, and I'll use the same one again. Remove the circlip or the pin. I'm just going to move this out. So now the carbs are disconnected, and all I need to do is now is remove these fuel lines, 1, 2, and there's 2 on the other side. I'm just going to remove that, and then the 4 bolts on each of the carbs. He's taking this bit off here. So what I've decided to do is, if I disconnect this one here, and that's the size, it's a half inch spanner, and disconnect this one here, and I'm hoping that I can just take off the whole tube will come off together, and I'll deal with it once it's off the car. There we are, so that's disconnected. Right, so these two I think are for the automatic choke. I don't know what the pipes are, but obviously they're connected, so I'm going to take them off. Again, so I'm using a 1/2 inch spanner, and it's going clockwise. That's one disconnected. Let's do the other side. Right, and that's the second one disconnected. Okay. What I've realised, it might be easier just to disconnect it from the pump, the fuel line. A bit of petrol coming out, hang on. Might need a bit of a rag. Capture any fuel that might come out. Now, the car's not been switched on, so there should be very little fuel in the system, because this is a mechanical pump, and the mechanical pumps do need a bit of cranking for the fuel to come to the front of the car. As you can see in the bowl, there's hardly any fuel left. For 10 minutes now, there's not much room there. Finally, it's disconnected. Right, now I'm just going to work on those 4 screws, and hopefully the carbs will come straight off. I'll try. Okay. There's 4 of these for each carb. Didn't seem too tight, that one. Right, the second one's here. Not much room to work on, but that's kind of loosened it. Hopefully, I'm hoping it'll just be able to take it off my finger. This is turning around. I think this one is easier to get to at the front, but just be careful the nut doesn't fall in somewhere. Rear bolt on the first carburetor. Again, I've loosened it. It wasn't very tight anyway. I'm just going to use my fingers just to take it off. It's coming up pretty easy. It's a bit awkward to get to. I've had to play around to get the right angle, but it wasn't very tight in the first place, so that's that one off. Ah, voila! Oh, bloody hell, it's quite heavy as well. Just do the same for the second one. Very easy, just it's not very tight. I'm just doing that one this side as well. You might not be able to see it on the angle, but just loosen it, take the nuts off, and we should be in a position just to lift the second one out as well. Apart from the fuel pipe, it was pretty straight going. And there we have it. Right, so there we have it. The two carbs have been removed. They're going to go over to the rebuilders and hopefully they can do their magic when I put it back on. Hopefully the car will run much better. So see you next time.